What's a YouTube creator to do when they've got a shop full of cars, but nothing that they really can call quite near finished? That's right, we're doing a preview into 2026 that I might need your guys' help on. Now, for the past 18 years, FMU has been diagnosing some of the cars that the dealership has had trouble with, as well as, what you guys probably know us best for, building custom exhaust systems. And today, I'm gonna show you a few of the cars that are closest to being finished, what we're working on, and what we're planning on doing with them. Now, when you guys see a video, a lot of times there's a huge amount of time in between when we start the project and when we finish that project. Sometimes whole seasons change in one video. And even though we're regular on posting every week, sometimes it just takes a lot more time. So what I'm gonna show you today is the cars that we currently have shot stuff on and are getting close, so that way you know what's coming up, what to get excited for, and what you can expect in 2026. Now, what we're gonna start with, which you already see behind me, a Ford Mustang, but this isn't any Coyote GT Mustang. This car has a Whipple supercharger on it. Now, that makes it a little bit different than our GT350, obviously, and the blue centrifugal supercharged car that we did the exhaust on. There's a few things I've learned since then that we're planning to incorporate that, so this isn't gonna be just another Mustang exhaust video. And the wildest thing to me, this car is from California, which has some pretty strict emissions guidelines. Now, where the person lives is just outside of that, but still the state has some tough requirements that we've got some interesting solutions to try to help him stay underneath the radar. Now, you will see a lot of the FMU tricks that we've tried on the Mustang before, but something new that we're going to be incorporating is running the stepped section, because this supercharger is pushing over 750 horsepower out of this engine, which means we're gonna need some rather large diameter tubing in order to help this thing breathe and sound as good as possible. So you can expect a similar note to that blue Mustang that got nearly 1.2 million views in the short that we did, but the question is, can we make it sound even better? Now, if you're a fan of the channel, you're probably familiar with our previous F-body work, including Alex's Turbo Trans Am. But what I've got behind me, obviously, is a little bit of an earlier one, but funny enough, it's white as well. Now, this one, obviously, isn't just a regular Z28. It's had a little bit of work, and admittedly, the exhaust on there isn't bad, but the owner really wanted to make the exhaust stand out and have it be something special. So he shipped it to FMU, where we're gonna try to make sure that that trip was worth it for him. Now, what we got here isn't your run-of-the-mill Z28 Camaro. Of course, an LS swapped 6.2 liter V8 under the hood. It's going to need a few of our tricks in order to try to get this thing to sound unique, but also to go over the challenges that typical F-bodies have, including that right side exhaust that has to go up over the axle and come down. Now, we've got a few ideas going forward in order to try to get this done. So you can expect a lot of our typical methods, megaphones, stepped piping, but the crossover and the plan for the piping is gonna be different than the Trans Ams, where we squeezed both of those banks into one pipe. We're gonna leave it a dual system this time in order to try to really bring out the NA tone of this engine. Now, if you don't know this car behind me, you probably should, because we've done 3 videos about us trying to figure out how to get more power out of bigger turbos on this vehicle, and it fighting us every step of the way. Now, you might be wondering, why is this car still here? I gotta say, when I get my teeth into something and I really wanna figure something out, I tend to be a lot more forgiving with our labor rate, as I want to see this thing finished, and the customer's been super patient, but he's also dropped a few mods on us while we were figuring this thing out. Now, this V12, when you last saw it, wasn't quite making the power you'd expect from 2 bigger aftermarket turbochargers, but we didn't know that this was going to be something that had to be figured out before we installed the turbos. Now, with the turbos installed, we went through everything: the tune, the wastegates, And what ended up happening is we were dumping a bigger and bigger wastegate spring in there to try to get the boost up, which it did, only to find out that when we took the air boxes off, boost was crazy. Now, since the time you last seen it, we've went back to that 17 PSI wastegate spring, which, if you followed along, is a 9-hour job switching those things out, and we had to do it 4 total times. So you can understand why I might have stuck this car around for a little while in order to try to offload that massive cost of doing all of that labor for the customer. When things got slow, we pulled it in. And now that it's set, I don't have dyno figures yet, but I do know that we're on the right track, and you're probably gonna see some big numbers in comparison to where we were at before. But the curveball is the customer found some speed-driven intercoolers and intake. Now, the intercoolers were designed for the earlier chassis V12 engines, so a few provisions had to be made, including us installing some mounts for the pressure sensors. And the intakes that he got, which were hopefully gonna solve our intake problem, don't really fit up at all. But we've got an idea of how to run the intakes in a similar manner, and you're gonna get to see all of that coming up in a video where we finally get this thing figured out and putting down some serious numbers. There's been a ton of talk about GM's billion-dollar mistake with the latest series of LT engines, and we're gonna be covering that for you guys, including a way to fix it while making a little bit more horsepower. Now, this thing is endemic of what's going on just generally in the automotive world with the race to try to meet these emission standards that are getting tighter and tighter every year, but at the cost of reliability. And I'm gonna give you guys my take into why I think this is happening and what could be done about it. Now, this one is a little bit more technical, but I think you guys are gonna have a lot of information to take away from this as far as what's going on with newer cars, but if you've got a later GM engine, what you can do about it and how to prevent it. Now, this car is another interesting car that we've got kind of a unique way that we're gonna be solving a lot of little different issues on how to make power without losing resale value on this vehicle. Now, I tried making this part of my LS Fest trip video where we did Alex's Trans Am. However, and you saw me driving that in the car, we weren't quite done with it yet. So we decided to go back in, fix all the little stuff, make that part of a longer video. And what you're gonna see is not only just the exhaust work, but also some other performance work, fuel pumps, and us going to a ethanol-based fuel on this car, and some dyno numbers to go along with it. So expect a longer, fuller video with a lot of interesting stuff going on. I will say the exhaust plan is just a little bit different than what you've come to expect from FMU. And what that means, you're probably gonna have to wait and see. Now, if you follow us closely, you might already know what's going on with this W210 E55 AMG from some of the shorts that we featured, where we told you we're working on a set of stepped headers, which no one has really done on these cars. Now, the reason we went ahead and did it instead of just buying something off the shelf was no one was making stepped headers, and I kind of wanted to hear how they sounded. Now, this car is actually from an earlier build video where we went over mechanically everything that the customer was looking to do to try to do a restoration more or less on this vehicle. And since that time, he's had a full paint job. We're redoing the dash, and the engine came down for us to do one of our signature systems, which he asked, what can we really do to make this thing the best it possibly could be? And I said, stepped headers. Now, what's unique and different about this, other than the stepped headers, is that I made a post telling people that I wish that someone had these available when I was looking to put them on this car, and asked, hey, is anyone looking for a set? So I threw that out there, and the response was pretty big, meaning that we're gonna be actually producing these in somewhat of a little bit of a batch, with the goal of not doing a jig that we have to do again. This is a one-time limited edition run that is really kind of just out there for the enthusiasts of this car, because I'll be honest, I'm not the best businessman when it comes to making this stuff up, running the numbers and everything else, and this really isn't a huge moneymaker, but I know that people with these cars will love this car sounding as good as it possibly can, because let's face it, it's a big V8, and it sounds pretty mean, but those factory manifolds just weren't cutting it. And we're gonna show you what this thing could sound like when someone really goes through the exhaust system and tries to make something that sounds better than anything that's been made before. Now, when I tell you we've got a Dodge Charger build video coming up, probably wouldn't sound that surprising, but what if I told you it wasn't a V8? It's a V6, it's all-wheel drive, and it's supercharged. And this customer sent us this car from Alaska. Now, these are reasons why I love my job, that someone built this thing knowing full well that there were probably better ways to build power and spend money, but loves the car, wanted to do something unique, and chose us to do a system where we don't have any boundaries on how creative we can get trying to get this thing to sound great. Now, this setup that we have for this car is absolutely wild, completely unique looking, and completely unique sounding. Now, with the amount of time that this thing's been here and the work that we've done on it, I'm really excited to see where this thing ends up. So of course, we've got it on the dyno to see what numbers this thing actually puts out when all of some of these parts are installed and set up correctly. Will it make as much power as an SRT V8? We're gonna find out, but until then, you're gonna have to wait. Now, that 30 horsepower we managed to extract out of a C6 Corvette was actually pretty impressive, but I'll be honest with you guys, after hearing that thing rev up and hearing it on the street from 5,000 and up, that lazy rev limiter was bothering me. So what we've got coming up very quickly here is a video on how a tune can change the sound of a car. And I'm gonna show you exactly what I was talking about, as well as seeing if we can push this car to make even more power with essentially what is a tune and an exhaust, because we're already at 30, and if we can get a few more, we're talking about camshaft territory at that point, which is a pretty wild outcome for some of these earlier LS2 engines. Now, I'm not gonna make you wait too long because it's actually kind of bothering me, so expect to see it back sooner than later. And to wrap this all up for the DIYers and my fellow technicians, you can expect a lot more scan tool reviews. Now, every time we do a scan tool review, it ends up being the highest reviewed segment for that particular scan tool. And I think manufacturers have caught on because they just keep sending these things, asking for us to do a similar review. So what you can expect coming forward is more single reviews, but I think I'm gonna switch it up and do a few head-to-heads in order for you guys to know which one to spend your money on depending on where you're coming from and what you need. But with that all said, 2026 is shaping up to be an exciting year. But what do you guys want to see first? Is it the E55? Is it the Yukon? Is it the LS Camaro, the Mustang Supercharged, the S65 V12, or the Cadillac CTS-V? Maybe you like the Supercharged V6 Dodge, or do you really want to see what we can do with the tune and the sound on the Corvette Christmas special? All of those will be coming up, but let us know in the comments which one you'd like to see first, because maybe we'll switch the order around of what we had planned depending on your response. I just want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for watching this year. 2025 has been amazing for us, cracking 100,000 subscribers, and we've got big plans coming in 2026. But for now, stay loud, stay curious, and we'll see you next time.